Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and the campus of UCF. The Knights are ready to rock an FBC Mortgage Stadium, already bouncing as these fans have been preparing since early this morning. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Knights will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here for the offense. They'll run it from the gun. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The quick out. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to move it through the air. That pass is incomplete. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team. I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The Gators are on the move. They'll throw it on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, and we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
He's looking to throw, moving away from pressure. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of times you roll your quarterback to the right or to the left, in this case the right, and you're trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit of time, get him off that spot, take some deep shots, and he missed, but it was a nice shot down the field.
10th play of the drive coming up, but this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. 10th play of the drive coming up, but this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready. Had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
First down here for the offense. Looking to throw, it's Wood. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
The analytics nerds say the goal is at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. He's looking to throw, getting some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Knights send out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's got great speed. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The Gators moving quickly to the line. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. 2nd and goal for this offense. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
3rd and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Catch in the middle, it's Schmidt. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Crosses to 30. Open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Got room at the 35. Discards him with the stiff arm. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He finds his man. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll put the tight end in motion. Handoff from the gun. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal.
Let's go! Cut.
On the option. He'll pitch it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UCF! Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
Wait, Ryan, getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Appalachian State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Kid Brewer Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Northwestern. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Off play action. Fires to the right. Picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So
he'll take a shot. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
Now on 2nd down. The give to the back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking for a man. It's Wood. Fires to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. ball back, and here comes the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to...
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
They want to run this quarterback. Bulls his way forward. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Quarterback now breaking the field. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
When QBs are able to do this and just pull it down after he's sat back there in the pocket a little bit and go make plays, so frustrating for a defense. If I blitz and play man-to-man, nobody's looking at the QB, he can make a big play. If I sit back, he can still scramble, run up, and get a big play. So hard to defend this guy.
Trying to find his man on first down. Pulls it in. It's Wade. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. And the Gators want to crank the tempo. He'll take it himself. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Makes his connection. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
On second down, just keeps firing. Unloads to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Hands it off. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Wood. Quick strike complete. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go right back to him. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Motion from the offense. He wants to throw. Finds his back in the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Now on the option. He'll toss it. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown Knights. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to go up top on first down. It's complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. Wants to throw on first down. Lofts one high and deep. And he hauls it in inside the 30. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
Myers on the move. Got his man downfield. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
Smashes through. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Handoff from the shotgun. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Razor. Let's go.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback.
Gringo.
Wide out in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, UCF! And the stomping has commenced.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. Talking to them, they felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scary.
Coming out with it, it's Wade. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David. They've got...
Oh, Oh, the pirouette. He's got room. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The Gators in the hurry up.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he goes down after making the grab, picks up a few, but still short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
He wants to throw here on second down. Going for the big play. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the big fella. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his...
A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's 3rd down.
And how about this defense really answering the challenge so far today? This offense, you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Moves around to clear up the vision. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
And sometimes the best defense is a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
He leaves it with his back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
To throw, it's Wood. And the pass hits, picked off. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Bringing it back. The 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
Looking to the end zone. And that pass intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But, man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
It's caught downfield. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Throws to the back. He's got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Comes out throwing on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage.
And he's thrown another interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
Trying to get to him. And they got him for the sack.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed out. Scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Second down now after the sack. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Throws to the wideout. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Schmidt. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great...
Unloads it downfield. He's got it. Touchdown, Knights! And the punishment has been extended. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0. And he added the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. This time on target. Bounced off his feet.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quickly complete. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target.
And that pass picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
They're trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got some room to run. At the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Florida. How about this? These guys are going for two. They'll go to the air. He's into the end zone for the two, and he makes it a three-possession game. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Quarterback checking off. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Buys a little extra time. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
That is no good. And the missed field goal leaves the lead at 23. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He'll start this drive firing. It's on target and complete. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes a connection. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Off-play action on first down. On the run, still looking. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. You look like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They'll run it from the gun. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Let's it fly. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Going for 6. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
The Knights will hustle to the line. Handoff to the lone back. At the 20, he's got space. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation.